Welcome to this special edition of Eagle's Eye, where we say goodbye to a fellow JDM senior. I'm Ethan Jenkins, and today I'm joined by digital media production senior Stephen Struckmann. Stephen, thanks so much for sitting down with me.
Thanks.
So, first of all, how would you describe your time here in JDM?
I would describe it as action-packed. I did lots of things over the course of my 4 years, and I really tried to get every single ounce that I could out of this department and this university as a whole, and I really think I've accomplished that.
So you mentioned trying to get everything you can out of it. What are some of your favorite memories through those 4 years that you did?
So within JDM, a couple of those favorite memories, obviously I think this past fall, the election show, being able to direct that was such a cool experience and such a cool thing for not just my own resume and my career, but in general, being able to direct a presidential election show race in a presidential year was very, very cool. Some other things coming along in the spring was being able to direct and produce GAA, Good Afternoon Ashland, getting those to be live shows and putting that into a position where it never really has been before, with not really any sort of safety net. I think that was a big jump, and I was really excited to get all that kind of stuff done.
So one thing you didn't hit on there, though, is the sports games that you were involved in behind the scenes, working with both John Scrata and Dan Sevick at football and basketball games. Just describe that time and how that was.
You know, when you're working those games, it's a lot of high pressure. You know, you've got a lot of people that are looking and watching those games, and you don't really have an option to mess up. Obviously, you're learning, you're still trying to get better, but you're thrown into it pretty early. And the crew that we had when I was a freshman 4 years ago, there were a lot of first-year students, a lot of green, as we call them in the biz, green camera operators and things like that. So there's a couple mistakes in the early going, but a couple years down the road, we really got it down to a science, and we were really good, really able to execute well as a team, as a group. And it was a great experience working under both John and Dan, getting them that experience both behind the camera and then also in front of the camera at times where I was calling games at WRDL with you a lot of times and some other people as well. That was a great experience. I'm a huge sports fan, and being able to do that both in front of the camera or in front of the microphone and then behind the camera as well has just been a great experience for me.
And you talked about being a sports fan, taking a few steps back. So what made you initially choose this major and eventually come to AU?
So I was always wanting to do something within the sports media sphere. I wanted to, when I first kind of came in here, this is kind of I want to be able to go call sports games somewhere far away and be very famous. You see me on TV, things of that nature. But over the course of my 4 years here, I really learned the ins and outs of there's so much more to just being the face of television and being a face on television. There's so much more that goes on behind the scenes. And I've really kind of embraced that role and the roles that I've been given. And so, you know, being able to come here and learn about those things, not just being in front of the camera or in front of a microphone calling games, but also being behind the camera, working camera, running replays, directing, producing, all that kind of stuff has really been such a great experience for me here at JDM.
And outside of JDM, you were in both the band and the choir. Was that an influence to why you came here, and how was that during these 4 years? So I'm not going to say it's an influence as to why I came here. There's a whole great story about why I came here, and I guess I can tell it now. The February of 2020, I'm originally from New York. They get a week off of school where they turn off all the heaters. It saves them lots of money over the winter time, and so they just have a week off of school in February. And in February of 2020, I came and visited Ashland University, not because I knew of this program, but because I had friends within the music department, and my dad had friends here, and we were looking to just get a view of what a college tour was going to be. So I got in touch with Dave and said, hey, I'm going to be coming. I know I'm not your typical student, but the opportunity of just kind of getting kind of a test run, this is probably not a place that I was looking to go during that time. But when I came here and I looked at the facilities here, the journalism and digital media department was so eye-catching to me. They were working on the new studio upstairs for WRDL. We had some great opportunities here looking at the studio, this television studio that we're in right now. And it really kind of soared to the top of the list for me in terms of colleges that I really want to be looking at in terms of where I want to go. Then in March of 2020, we obviously know what happened there, where everything kind of shut down, and I really didn't get an opportunity to look at another college or university. And so I kind of, not necessarily backed myself into a corner, but this was kind of the main choice that I was really looking to get to.
And this was a great opportunity, and so I just took it. Being able to come here was a great opportunity. You know, I'm not your typical student here at Ashland University. I'm not really from Ohio. I'm not a I don't play any sports. I'm not a Ashbrook scholar. But, you know, being able to come from a different state, a different kind of culture, and going into here and really kind of cementing myself, I'm really enjoyed of what that happened. And then you go back to the music aspect of it. I was a music minor here at Ashland, and I was able to in the jazz band and the choir as well. And I've had some really great experiences. You take tours when you're in these groups. You tour around the country and even around the world. I was in Spain for about 11 days, and that was a really great experience, being planted in Barcelona. And having to learn a new language. It was a really great opportunity.
And so you talked about a variety of things you did, including directing, being behind camera, on-air talent as well. So with all of that, what is the end goal for your career?
Get a job. The ability that you have here at JDM to do everything and try everything and see what you like and see what you don't like. For me, I'm really I'm happy with anything. If you want to put me on a running camera, that's fine. If you want to put me up at director, that's great too. I just want to be able to have that job. And I think what the Ashland University Journalism Digital Media Department has done has given me the opportunity to really learn all these positions so that when I go out into the world, I can say, well, I've done this. I have the experience doing this, whether that's directing, running camera, producing, or even on-air talent. Any of that would be a great opportunity for me. And being here at Ashland has allowed me to really get everything and get experience with everything so that I can be more hireable in the career and in the future.
Well, Stephen, that's all the time we have here today. Thanks for sitting down with me and being my friend for the past 4 years.
Of course, anytime.
That does it for this special edition of Eagle's Eye. A reminder to follow us across social media at AUTV Ashland. I'm Ethan Jenkins. Thanks for watching.